Loveless DeVille here, aka P is the prize. Her life starts at 18. Your life starts at 30. Let me rephrase that. Her life starts at 18 and his life starts at 30. Let me get this right. Let me explain to you. A woman's life starts at 18. She grows into that woman body, that womanly body, that figure. She immediately gets attention. Out the gate. Immediately. Even in high school, they've got 27-year-old guys, 23-year-old guys picking them up. Maybe taking them shopping, splurging on them, having sex with them, going crazy over these women. Grown men. Now, not to say it can't happen to a teenage boy as well, because it does. I know a few brothers clapped a few high school teachers while I was in high school. But that woman, once she hit 18, she's fully developed. Not the frontal lobe just yet, but from that figure, from that body she has, the men are all over her. And she'll experience that from age 18, 19, 20, 21, most of them, all the way up to age 25. And most of the time when she gets around age 25, they say a woman's prime is from 18 to 23, but I'm going to stretch it out to 25, 18 to 25. So once a woman gets to about age 25, she starts contemplating a family. She starts contemplating kids. She starts to contemplate life as itself, her future. That man from during that time, that discovery period, is steadily getting turned down. 18, 19, 20, he's in college. He's got bumps on his face. He's scared to whip his Johnson out just to get some coochie. He doesn't know how to approach women. These are the average guys I'm speaking upon. Me, I always came with those necessary skills to approach. I was 18. I was in high school talking to older women. I was 15 years old smashing a 19-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So I always had that gift of gab. I always had that P in me. But most guys coming out of high school or from that period, that time period from age 18 to 25, really are a bit lost in life. So that age period, he's thinking about what he wants to do, whether he went to college or not, or whatever, from 18 to 21. And then he's starting to kind of discover some things about himself. But once he reaches age 25, a lot of men aren't contemplating marriage or kids at that age. You're still building up at that time. You're like, man, where am I going to go with my career all the way? Am I in my career? Am I this? How can I make some money? How can I do this? How can I do that? At 25, that brother needs to be trying to get his paper right, trying to hold his future together. I wouldn't specifically be just focused on one woman. I would try to be getting my sex game right. You know what I'm saying? I would be trying to smash a couple chicks, you know what I'm saying, here and there, trying to get my sex game right. You know what I'm saying? So when I find that one, I'll be going crazy. I wouldn't be worried about a woman so much in that time period. You know what I mean? 25. I got a homie right now, 24. He's far ahead of the game. Man, I wish I was 24 when we came around all this technological advances and how these women be acting. Man, I'd be acting a fool. Well, hell, I'm acting a fool now in my 30s. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But I got more priorities now. I know more. If I knew less, right now, I be going crazy. I be like, yeah, knock them off. I knock them off. I knock this one off. Knock that one off. It's nothing. But yeah, once a brother gets about 25, he's not contemplating the same things a woman is contemplating at 25. But that's basically the end of most women's prime. When they reach that 25 mark, they're thinking about this. A lot of body changes occur. A lot of things occur in their mind where things are just kind of going downhill for most women. But some women can combat this with, fitness and, just having a right level of thinking. I was talking to a 24-year-old woman recently, and she was like, yeah, I'm getting a little older now. I can't, I don't have time to be playing around and messing around. I'm trying to take things serious. I was like, man, she's got the right mindset. She in the gym, she doing fitness and all of that. She was like, yeah, I'm trying to, have kids soon, and I'm trying to like have a husband soon and all of that. I'm like, damn, like, yo, this woman's head is on the right shoulders, because I know a lot of women that age just playing still. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she understood that prime was near for her. You know what I'm saying? That 25 mark for her. You know what I'm saying? Because that's their level of thinking. Before a man, you need to be getting your stuff together, man. You need to be, like I said, I have a few chicks, you know what I'm saying? A little something on the roster for a rainy day, sunny day. But other than that, I'll be trying to get my chips right. But other than that, you got a man's life really starts at 30. You kind of figure some things out. You know what kind of career you want to progress in. You probably spent a few years in it, whatever. And then you like, yo, I'm really about to go crazy now. Like, I got some success now, and I can date women. If you want a 21-year-old, you can date a 21-year-old. You want to date a 40-year-old, which I wouldn't recommend for a 30-year-old brother to do that. I would go younger for sure. You know what I mean? Because I would want kids and things of that nature. But that woman's life started at 18. She been getting all this attention and all this other stuff. And now it's like that peak of attention has passed at 25. Granted, some of them still after age 25 are starting to they still getting attention and stuff. Women get attention their whole lives. It's just that all these bad men they've met and this baggage that might come up on them, and then just a mindset of them having at that point of time kind of shifts and changes. But I find all women beautiful of all ages, 18 to 50. You know what I mean? I've dealt with them. But it's like when a man reaching 30 and a woman reaching 30 is completely different. That woman reaching 30, she's not getting as much attention as she was when she was younger. Forget about it. When that man reaches 30, man, the attention just keeps going and going on. I can say, man, once a man reaches 40 and he's been on his fitness and his financial journey and through his career, he's a genuine good person. He's developed that knowledge and wisdom. When he reached that 40 mark, man, he's winning. He's taking off. Women find you far more attractive if you're on that productivity journey. I mean, you're blessed. I mean, you just turned into a brilliant man. You got a little ruggedness to you. You ain't got the super baby face no more. You got that ruggedness. You got that chiseled frame to you. And that's what the 30s bring on. You bring that chiseled frame. And there's plenty of beautiful women in their 30s, man. I mean, I've dealt with them. I would deal with one. But I just know for most women, after 18 to 25 is their prime. A man's prime is extended for a very long time. I would say, from my experience, a man doesn't reach his prime till about 35, man. Maybe about 30, 33 for some men, 33 to 50, 60, maybe your whole life if you can take care of yourself. That's why I say, you take your time, gentlemen. I wouldn't rush into anything. You could be 45 years old clapping a 25-year-old cheeks. She love it. She not with you just for the money and the security and the stability. She's looking because you look good. You stayed on your physical fitness. Physical fitness. You got this knowledge and wisdom about yourself. But yeah, that woman's life starts at 18. Like I said, think about a fresh old 18 and 23-year-old you seen. And some guys be like, "Oh man, she's too young and all of that." But think about that young, that that untarnished beauty that she has. She hasn't been touched by these bad men, these simps, these lunatics out here having ruined her mind. She's still fresh. So a lot of times, like I said, it be that 18 and 25, but sometimes it just be up to 23 for real. Because by that time, they haven't met some crazy lunatic asshole. Every woman that I ever got with, that I've ever been in a relationship with, I met them before age 24. They hadn't been with a bunch of lunatic assholes, hadn't been with a bunch of crazy men. I mean, maybe my last girlfriend, I met her when she was 23. She had just turned 24. I noticed some trauma, some red flags within her from dealing with the complete. I don't know where this guy had been in prison and all types of stuff. I don't know, but I could notice the trauma there. But I met each and every girlfriend before that age. Now, granted, you don't see me with them now, and that's okay. I can't win them all. But yeah, no, don't get me wrong, brother. Your life has been started. But a woman's life starts at 18 and your life starts at 30. You're going to be overlooked a lot till you about 30 years old for most guys. Most guys haven't developed their confidence. Most guys haven't built the money up a little bit. You haven't taken any L's. You haven't seen any major successes. Until you're about 30, you're like, man, I done took great bit of L's, great bit of failures. And I'll say up to 40s, man. I'd have failed within my 30s. I had to build myself up again. So the 40s is when you really start winning. But the 30s is when your life starts. You done had a few L's, you done had some failures and successes, and now you're headed back up to that upper echelon, back where you were. Now we have a lot of content creators and things of that nature. They rag along women in their 20s a lot because they want to see women go ahead and like get wifed up and not add on this extra baggage of bad men. You know what I'm saying? We already spreading this single epidemic everywhere. We got to change that. This is crazy. We want the families back together. We tired of seeing all these single people. We tired of seeing people with all these options. We want to see the black family. We want to see the white family. We want to see the Mexican